Okie dokie. Happy Wednesday. It's a rainy day here in Taipei, and I thought maybe it's just the perfect day to make a quick YouTube update about what's going on. What am I working on? What am I doing? What am I thinking about? Um, we'll keep it short 5, 10 minutes for like the three of you that actually watch my YouTube videos. I appreciate it. Thank you for watching my YouTube video. If you're watching right now, it really means a lot. Maybe leave me a comment, say something so I see who is actually watching it. I've always been curious. Anyways, my update for you is oh, actually, I didn't write this down, but something fun that's going to happen this next week. Me and my partner Rita, we're going to do a 3-day fast followed by a 4-day cleanse. So a whole week of, I don't know what to call that, wellness activity, sort of activity, opposite of activity. But for a long time, I was doing Friday fasting. So every Friday, I would do a fast and just not eat for most of the day. But to be honest, fasting is really hard for me. And by the end of the day, I mean, around like 7, 8 p.m., I'd always completely lose it and end up needing to eat. And then I kind of created this justification around it like, all right, well, I pretty much didn't eat since the next day. So I've hit 24 hours. It's fine. It's a pretty good fast. But I've always wanted to do a 3-day fast, because that's kind of like the next level. And so if you watch these guys on YouTube talking about the benefits of fasting, they'll always say something about how like 3 days is when you really start doing something really amazing. I don't know what it is, your body, I don't know. You get some kind of benefits, miraculous benefits. Some of these guys even say do a 7-day, but we're going to try the 3-day, see how it goes. And I'm really happy that my partner Rita is going to do it with me. I think it's going to make it a lot easier to do, having somebody there motivating and encouraging, and kind of like we keep each other from quitting. That's the idea. And then after that 3 days, 4 days cleanse, that means basically we have a schedule of just like really clean, light food. Very simple, like soups, vegetables for 4 days. And we're going to see how it goes. It's going to be interesting. I've always wanted to do this and never actually have. So that's kind of cool. So that's going on. The other update that I wanted to capture today, if nobody watches this video, I guess I'm just capturing it for myself, is that, I've been doing this writing project on Substack, and it's going really well. I really like where I'm at right now. I just posted the 13th essay of 52 essays that I will write. Why 52 essays? Well, this was a project kicked off by another designer, and I got an invite to join this writing project. So I was like, great. I used to write a lot in the past. I've kept a blog. I did a travel blog for, a couple years. And then I got out of writing because, like writing's pretty hard. It's hard for me. It's a real skill. It's more work than just talking, for sure. For me anyways, maybe not for everybody, but yeah, it was interesting because I've definitely talked with people about, writing, and, it's not really my thing. And I struggle with writing a lot. And then boom, one day I got this invite to join this 52-week writing project. And I was like, fuck it, let's do it. Let's give it a go. And what's really awesome about this project is that all 52 weeks topics have already been chosen. So I'm not coming up with the topics myself. Every week, a new topic is unlocked and I get to see what it is. And it says, write about this. Like, for example, the essay I just posted today is about my non-negotiables. And they just say, write about your non-negotiables. What are the values that you're not willing to compromise on, and write an essay about that. And then, give me some tips or suggestions on how to brainstorm around that. And then I do it. So I really like that part of the project, that I don't have to just like rack my brain about like, oh, what do I want to say or what do I want to talk about? I really like that it's like, you know, um, what do you get, when you're in school and you get a project given to you, a task, what's it called when you're in school, university, an assignment. It's kind of like being in school and I just get this assignment. It's like, boom, here you go, write about that. And I don't have to waste a lot of time or energy thinking about that. I just do it. So it's going really well. I've noticed that, writing is definitely one of these things that it's a muscle that, I know that metaphor or analogy is used a lot for different things, but I feel like it's really, really obviously true for writing, kind of like math, but if you haven't been writing or you don't write, when you sit down and try to write for the first time, it's so much work for the brain, in my experience, anyways. And then you just have to keep doing it, and the more you do it, the easier it gets, and you get stronger and you get stronger and you get stronger. And nothing's been that in writing. It's really clear for me that it works like that. I know it's true in other, creative things or other activities, but definitely with writing, because the first couple essays now you could go back and read the first 2, 3, 4 that I wrote, and they're okay. But I think if you compare, the first one to my 13th, you probably see a lot of improvement. I mean, I see improvement in my approach, in my structure, in how I'm expressing myself. And yeah, I'm really enjoying that. I like seeing those kind of results in the writing. It's not so much about what I'm saying that is interesting to me. I mean, I feel like what I'm saying, everybody's probably heard me talk about, or at least my friends, but that just observing the improvement and the betterment and the like, yeah, I really like that part quite a lot. And so it's going well. I post all my essays on my Substack. If you want to check out my essays, you 1, 2, or 3 people watching this video, hopefully one person. The last couple of videos I posted, I think they had like 0 views. If you want to check out my essays, my Substack essays, go to my Substack at The Real Gift, and that's my username on Substack. There are links on my Instagram, so at Gift W Hubbard on Instagram. You can just go to my bio. There's a link tree or one of those things, and you just click through, check it out, support me, give me a like, give me a comment. I would appreciate that. Give me positive feedback. That would be nice too. What do you like about my writing? What do you like about what I'm doing? It's nice to hear sometimes. It's encouraging. Yeah, and that's about it. I've been reading quite a lot. I've been enjoying getting back into actual books. For years and years now, I've just been using a Kindle and buying all my books on Amazon, because that just seemed like the best way to do it if you're moving around quite a lot. I had for some years I was traveling quite a bit, so it made a lot of sense. And I still like my Kindle, but I'm really enjoying getting back into actual books, just the holding it, the paper, the touch of the paper, the look of the paper. I really like it. Analog experience is back. And you know what? Maybe it was always better. The digital technology, it's been interesting and we've had a good run, but I like that we're going back, and this kind of like analog is trending. Bookstores are coming back. I've been reading some news about that. Like bookstores in the US are like growing and expanding and building new stores because people like books. We like paper things. It's fun. It's really nice. It's a really good experience for reading. So anyways, yeah, This is the newest book that I bought, Speed. I kind of flipped through it in the bookstore and really like what he's talking about. I think he's kind of maybe going to end up suggesting that speeding things up doesn't really get us to where we think we want to go. Maybe it doesn't actually result in better innovations. I know that he said something like that because I read some parts of it. But anyways, I love that. I love that idea. Slow it down. We're not getting it. Where are we going? Why are we trying to get there faster? It doesn't make any sense to me. Let's all just slow down. That's what I think. Let's see. We're at 11 minutes. All right. If you're still with me, real quick update on myself, health, disability. If you've been watching my YouTube or following me, you know that I have a spinal cord injury from an accident 3 years ago, and it's just been also a crazy journey, but not a boring journey. Very interesting. I'm doing pretty good. I'd say that I feel like I'm at a kind of peak. I don't think it's really the peak. Peak isn't the right word. I don't like peak. It feels like there's a top and a bottom. It's not a peak. I would say that I feel good, and it's hard for me in my condition, and maybe other people with disabilities like me who are doing work, trying to improve. It's hard to see the improvement because the improvements are like so micro, they're so minimal. But I notice things every like 6 months. I might notice something that, maybe at home, for example, I'm using my crutch and my devices a little bit less. I don't need them to walk around. I feel a little bit more mobile isn't the word. I feel a little bit more ease in my movement, not as stiff and rigid as I was maybe a year ago. And I think some of what I've been doing has really been helping a lot. I've been doing the rope flow almost every day, just like 5-10 minutes. That's been a massive benefit. And I really love that the rope flow community has supported my videos that I post on Instagram. And some of those went kind of like a micro viral, mini viral for me. Thanks to better known influencers on Instagram who shared some of my videos, and that's been cool. But that rope flow has been really helpful for me. And I've been hitting the sauna. I've been doing sauna regularly. And then I've also been doing this hyperbaric oxygen chamber therapy. I did a loading phase, but now I'm just doing it once a week. I do the sauna like 3-4 times a week, and then I work out. I go to the gym, and that's been my personal exercise routine and system, and my rehab, I guess. And also, I know that's a lot, but also I've been focusing on a lot more stretching again at home too. More stretching here and there because my body feels so tight. Anyways. All right, 13, 14, 15 minutes. That's quite a dump for today, but I wanted to do it because, it's not every day that I feel the right kind of energy that's needed to make a YouTube post. People that make, video posts of themselves talking know that it's really easy for the energy to be off. I know I do that for my Instagram, and some days it's like, I want to make a post about something, and it's just like, I'm not really feeling the vibe. I'm not really feeling the energy. And then when you're not feeling it, it doesn't feel authentic at all. I'm just, struggling to get things out. But today was one of those days. I just feel pretty good today. I feel pretty clear. And maybe it was the oxygen therapy. I did that today. One of the benefits could be actually. Yeah, because it's actually like pretty bad weather out today. So maybe it's that. The oxygen therapy has been pretty interesting, pretty good. So that's my update. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned.